like with the compositions that both teams are running, there's a good chance that
All right.
it's going to play fairly similarly to how it did before. And I
Why
think
is
that
Slideshow
where
not
you have
casting?
to look
Is
at
he
this as a heavy
sexist?
advantage, like a map where it was,
I'll leave him to
two
answer that one.
previous defeats, in dominant
It's a
fashion for the side
A
of
good
GX,
rumor to start
whereas
spreading, though. I like
very,
it.
very
Feels very
dominant
Yinsu-esque,
victories in the last
to be
round
honest, to
qualifier
ask that
for the
question.
side of MIBR.
That feels,
So they're definitely
that
favourite,
feels
but
like that's
they're
Yinsu's
desperate
alt
to
account.
move out. They don't believe that they've necessarily shown up to the party just yet. Maybe if that continues, and if again,
Crazy
if
question
Smurf
started off.
keeps
Okay,
going strong,
Giants
keep
on
seeing those
defense.
high-impact
MIBR on
plays
attack.
from the likes of Toki and Eva, then who knows? This could easily be a 2-0.
Without a doubt. Even though I came in today thinking maybe GX could take the cake, you know? Only one predicting them, whatever. Don't want to toot my own horn, but I will anyways. For this series, I really want to see 3 maps. I want to see split. I want to see the ideas as well. And we talk about ideas. At least on this map, it is going to be your Astra versus your Omen and Astra ideas. I like this from GX. So
It's going to be a
much
5v5 retake unless the Astra can get any from heaven spamming.
More of that value when they come to the attack, with how much control they're going to be able to deny early and how difficult it will be for initiators to reclaim. But here in the pistol, MIBR have already got space, a plant, and they're looking for deep aggression. SRN about to step through that smoke, perhaps, or as the smoke fades, look for the fight. But Toki, waiting on the other side, grabs the opening of the round. An immediate response from MIBR, though, leaves Eva all
the Jaws
alone.
insane.
1v3, damage done to Bastarda, but it's not even going to come close.
Okay, it's 2-1 on the
Definitely
pistols
the
now.
start
We
that
had a
we're looking
1-1
for.
earlier.
I think the last map wasn't necessarily damning with, I would say, the first like 16 rounds or so, but the last like chunk that we saw going GX's way, it kind of looked like MIBR got a little bit boomed. This round to me is just like, okay, we're back. We're now on comfort turf. We've managed to win it comfortably. We're getting aggressive. We're willing to play into the opponent as well. And whatever you can't see there, they're definitely pumped up. 1-0.
The 5 pass and stacking, they're actually going over here.
In case you couldn't tell already.
Is the KO Flash going to completely own them?
Stack.
Are we droning before we go into sight?
I
Surely.
am. So one of the reasons, obviously, I say is
Oh, they didn't shoot the recon.
Every single one of them just got tagged by a single Sober
There's
dart.
no way.
That's hilarious.
it's not that surprising, I suppose, that MIBR have decided to rotate.
I don't think I've ever seen a full team just get hit like that. Like, everybody was like, right, I'll move out the way.
The totem pole has been dismantled, but
That's
look,
incredible.
it's being
Oh,
relocated.
hold up, though.
And it's gotten there.
Yeah, hold
much
up, it
earlier
kinda-
than expected. Already finding one. Melissa doing very well to clean that up, though. Look at that, just one loss.
1 away from a
Rest
Sova
carrying through
ult.
what they have in their
Could definitely
hands.
come up with a
2-0
pretty good
start
plan
for
here.
MIBR. And I think for GX, coming into these rifle rounds, the worry really is playing without that Sentinel. Obviously, MIBR, you're having your Cypher over your Omen, over that double smokes. There are going to be some gaps. And with New Abyss, there's certainly the opportunity to still hold those. But I am a little bit worried about how much value MIBR could find in this first half.
Dude, got the plan off at the end. Sova ult.
Almost like a double lurk. Like you had Bastarda that would take space in pockets,
Well.
and then you had Lisa who was just rotating into the
Noble
very
should be
back line.
on.
So they have the players that are very capable of finding those gaps, and I definitely agree. Like I'm a little bit nervous that obviously this comp feels like it plays into the proactive style of GX. So
Bonus?
I
I mean,
the
they got a
comp,
better
but
buy.
They just have to be very wary of those 2 players in particular.
Take flight.
Exactly, yeah, when it's found so much value already. Coming into round 3, it's a very strong buy for MIBR,
okay.
and they're backing it up, putting through the Hunter's Fury. It's
Oh.
found a tag. Sarah's being hunted,
Well,
and
fair
she
play.
will be dropped. An immediate advantage found for the attackers. Now, MIBR from this point, especially knowing you're not running into Sentinel util when you hit, they could just decide to group as 5, but instead the B fake is called for, and that's going to put numbers back to even.
Crippy.
Whether or not there's any level of hesitation from Ness, there it is. She was immediately rotating, now goes back to watch her own smoke,
Nice
but Melissa
shot.
is already out of it. The fake worked at least enough. Get them that opener and get them the space, and now for the 3 players left on the retake.
Crippy's
bear in
come
mind
onto the
that
stream
this
for
is
about
technically a bonus
the
of
first
sorts,
time in
but
a
not
year.
really with the amount of rifles
He's
that are in
completely
play.
cooked
You
bacon.
almost have to question for the defense, is this worth going for? Can you find the gap?
Certainly seems like they're looking for it. Already dropped out of heaven, yep. Full commitment. something has to block off main. The smoke.
Hello.
And, oh, that's nasty. The little cam on the spike is going to find a tag. Shock Dart goes through.
Ooh, hold
damage
up,
being done. Lots of damage being done.
They did
Lolis has
both
got the
eight,
double. They
both
tried
of
to
the shock
body
darts.
block the shots, but that doesn't quite work with the shock darts.
Okay, I feel like at the moment she's completed Sova. We saw
No,
a
yeah, this
full
is
5
all of
scan
the
every
Yuto
single
kills.
player in round number 2. She's 9-0.
Hunter's Fury
and,
opening.
Hunter's Fury opening, and then a double shock dart kill. Like, that's it. Just end the game here. She has completed Sova in 3 rounds of the match. Insanity. And when you look at the scoreboard, it's actual madness. She is 9-0. The next highest player in the server has 2 kills.
Well, if you exclude her, I think it's 10 kills total on the server. So yeah, it's almost 50% of the kills that have happened so far. A 3-0 start for MIBR. GX down to pistols, so a likely 4th on the board. This is certainly a big difference from what we saw over on Haven. Certainly from the second half of Haven as well, where GX seemed to have all the momentum and MIBR seemed destined to fall, really. But here, well, they have risen again. Completely different beast.
Yeah, it's worth mentioning as well that not long ago, last time they played within Brazil, SRN lost
The freebie.
21-23 and got 50
There's
kills. So maybe
four
Melissa's
more
trying
that can
to do
get
that
one
in
shot.
regulation.
Oh, timing.
50 kills in regulation would be impressive at SRN. Maybe looking to try and deny that. And any
Your back, what was the
aggression in this
bonus
round,
like?
any-
Straight
well,
up
any
Sova
fights this
all
round
into, into a nice
seems
entry into
non-existent.
a after plant, basically.
Okay.
There you go, just as you speak. But I mean,
2
it is
shock
definitely
dart
feeling like
kills.
a completely different affair to what we saw on that first map when it came to pistol rounds for MIBR. Unless Sarah's about to almost pull out an ace and fall at the final hurdle, it should be a 4-0 start. The team who made it here through that LCQ, a grueling route. They took
Feeling
the road
feverish
less
and you
traveled
fell
by,
asleep
and
to the stream. You woke up and now you feel
they
way
certainly
better.
aren't out of
Thank
the
you for your
woods, even
service.
if they do find this.
You're welcome, I think.
Still have to go all the way to Split, but
Not sure that's me,
Abyss is
but
shaping up to be a map that looks pretty strong, at least on this attack. Again, we have the disadvantages for GX with the comp that they've brought in. I think this does play more towards their attack. It certainly brings a lot of problems to the defensive side. And I think we're not even at the point where we've seen those problems really exploited. with MIBR
Lancelele
playing
with the
a
prime.
little bit
Thank you so
more
much for the
direct in
45
the audience
months.
fights.
I appreciate
The
that, dude.
worry, though,
Thank
is
you.
that when you look at the stats of their
Okay, let's
last
get another
couple
big buy
matches
round.
playing this, well, in the last 2 games they played, they only managed 3 rounds on the attack total.
MIBR.
No,
Oh, GX. Okay.
GX.
Yeah.
Like, GX were really struggling on this map. That's the thing. I feel like it felt like the veto was a pick your poison. And the
Night
poison
Journey
that
as
was
well.
picked
Thanks
is
so much
one
for the
that
13
MIBR are
months.
incredibly comfortable on. They normally.
Boss dudes as
well,
well.
I
Thank you
think
for that,
the
mate.
last 4 times they played this map, they have won the attack side 9-3. So
Yeah,
they
everyone's
are
going good,
very
mate.
consistent in their manner of winning the attack side to an exact
Big
digit.
Byron
but
4 pass and start mid.
as of right
If they
now-
don't want to go aggro, I have no idea what they're
well,
doing.
if this ended 9-3, I wouldn't necessarily be surprised. We're yet to see what GX have to offer on this defense. And while
All
the
pods
pressure
heaven
looks
as the
like it's already
Omen
about
gets
to
into
come in on
pods.
the
I mean, they
Valley
got
side.
such a nice fast flank, and it's the Omen who can
Certainly
TP
is.
behind the trip.
Dive in as SRN takes control. The rest of the squad.
John
gonna
Z,
go
thank you so much for
through
the
the
tier 1 as well, bro. Appreciate that. Thank
Haven't
you.
found any picks off the back of it. GX are playing pretty passive. Putting through the drone afterwards to confirm the fight.
Dude,
still
knife
there. Toki
hit
grabs
the
one through smoke,
Cypher,
but
so
an
it takes a
immediate
good
trade as
timing.
the smoke faded.
Dude, again, I have
Left
no
out
idea about
in
this
the
flank
open.
right now. Knife hit
GX
Cypher,
again,
trip went
they
down.
halted this play towards spawn, hoping that Ness can find value. And what a position! Tucked in just on time, looking for another challenge, and it will be Eva to find it as Ness lands SRN on backside. Bastarda surrounded, denied the ace in the previous, and this time it will be the
Nice
same.
shots, though.
No clutch.
I
for
do this KO
MIBR.
knife is
GX
just around.
finally on the board.
That's a huge play from Ness. The only
You
player
gonna flood with
that
Tarek?
would
Nah,
be
I
able
don't
to
think
get
so.
over the
It's like
trip was holding the back line.
it'll mess up
Full
my
fake
sleeping
there
pattern.
from
It's easier to
MIBR
just watch
ended
all
up
the game
being
changes.
their undoing.
I would try and do
Ness
both
team
normally,
past
but
it
it's
and
just way
had
too
a
much.
Wonderful flank. Even still, what she does from here is impressive. The first kill was free, but anything else along the way,
Seeing how busted the
It was all
right
her
click of the
creating
KO
space
is
for the
now,
rest
nah,
of
it
the
must be
team.
insane.
that's a
It's so long, the flash now.
well, that's a round 1 by her. But let's see if that can be the start of something a little bit more, of course, with how clean things have been for MIBR.
It's
They
disgusting,
are coming in with
yeah. It's
rifles
2.5
and
now,
even
right?
operator on
That's
the
such a long
attack side.
time.
It's going to be one for Smurfette as well. I had the expectation it could be there on the last map. Definitely seems like a plan here.
Oof,
and
dude,
still get
headshot.
out with a good
It's overgone.
start, but a trade back already.
It's a great bait for this as well.
The idea here was that they continue that push
Getting too
towards
old
A
for it.
after she
Dude,
dashes
I can
out.
do it in the normal
The value
season.
will be found
Just
by
off season,
Ness,
it
and Ness
just
can stay here for most of the round.
it's too much for a whole year.
Having the ultimate for the instant rotation, which will be needed.
Big
Take a
Mort,
look
thanks
at
so much
the
for the
site.
30
Pressure
months
being
as
put
well.
on there, Cage for the cross.
And
The starter's
Nikki
gonna
as
go
well,
and
thanks
meet
so
them,
much
and
for the
this is gonna
Prime.
be
Big Mort
a
and
hit
Nikki, thank you so much, you
straight
too.
onto the site, held by only Toki. And there's no one close to her. They know where
Gotta
she
get one
is.
on site
Thunder's
here.
Fury chasing her down, and the ult isn't alone. Blade Storm was following it up, and
Astra
Lisa
stunned,
swings in the
Sova
open.
ulted,
Toki
you
was
got a jet
being
with knife
pushed on
dashing at
3
you.
fronts. Couldn't find the
I
fight
do
on
think
any
the
of them.
teams, I noticed this in the... Whoa.
Wonderful flick from SRN. Always dangerous. And that danger
Ooh, the
cannot
recovery
be
on that is
stopped.
nice as well.
4
That
kills
op kill was
in
really
the
nice.
take of the
I do think
B-side.
teams don't utilize this
Although
enough,
what
this
was
new gap.
a quick
I spoke about it
blip
in the Sen
in the last
Invitational, I think it
round.
was.
Goes straight
Sem
back to
Invitational.
regular programming.
When you see SRN standing up, I mean, I think almost every time GX are going for that timeout right after. Big round.
I think you do that if SRN's sitting down as well.
Oh, but that confidence is really building up on that side. And oh, even after that stellar performance, which look at this, the dash into the quick tap on Smurfette to close it out. That's got to feel good. But then you think further. you
They
think about
won
the
one,
fact
they
that
lost the
MIBR
next as
5-1
well,
in the lead,
and
even after that play, SRN isn't the
there
top
was some
fragger.
damage done as well, so I
Also,
imagine their
still
money's not good.
9-1, only died once. That KD's going hard.
I like the calls in that round as well, because as you said, the bait and switch setup from GX was definitely not a bad one.
Ailus,
I
hello
think it
mate.
was just a pure reaction
Doing
of
well,
being able
Ailus.
to
Good
buy
to see you,
and
bro.
sell. Like, you know that
Thank you so much for the
player who's
42 months
getting
as well,
the
dude. Appreciate everything.
information around that B side of the map, because she was playing towards mid and B, and the potential denial of the knife. Okay, all of that is now gone off the pick that SRM found by being patient in middle. You know there's an opening there, and you know with the Blade Storm that that opening can be exploited. Fantastic start, and there is no surprise that we're seeing the pause, because, as said, if we're going off what happened in the past over in EMEA, the attack side wasn't particularly good for the side of GX.
Have you had a chance to
And
play
if
any
they
ranked
get
Valo
dominated
in
in this
off-season?
first
Nah,
half,
not really.
well,
But
I
that's
guess
kind of
it
by
doesn't really
choice,
matter now,
man.
'cause
I
the
don't want to
attack
ruin the
side, you
mental.
kind of expect that MIBR on their own map choice would be able to get
It feels like it's a great idea until you play and then you're like,
There's
well,
always hope, I suppose, that on the attack with
people can be a
new
little bit
meta,
crazy.
that things can change. I don't necessarily think that I have full faith in that. With the way that
I
this
would do
meta shapes
I would
up.
do some 5 stacks
You
at one
get
point,
much more
but
heavily punished. You have less chances to re-hit sites. You have to be more.
played one.
intentional.
Dude, playing on stream with the viewers
Where
was
you're
fun though.
moving
That was
and
fun. The skirmish
fine
thing,
with
that was pretty cool.
also having no
Honestly, I'd
sentinels
probably
or
rather do that than
backcover.
ranked.
There's going to be a lot for MIBR to exploit. Nice flash popped here. Pistols looking to take advantage. The element of surprise of a bit of a risky play, but Lisa's picked up all the pieces as a few players were pushed back. Oh no! SRN's
Owler.
alive? SRN's alive! How is SRN alive? And even goes hunting them down with a shorty. That's ridiculous. Plot armor in play.
Spike plant.
Sometimes luck just isn't on your side, and other times it is. SRN could shut down Smurfette, who I think it just brought in the Blade Storm as well, so it hasn't got any better, and it's going to end up
They got some
as
nice ults for
clean
this
as
round
can
as well.
be.
It's looking
Lisa now
convincing.
putting herself further up on the board.
Ranked is really good if you really enjoy
6 to
having
1,
no fun
4 kills for
whatsoever.
her.
I mean, yeah, that's one way to
We're
put
looking
it.
to see if there's any breaks on this train at this point.
Thing is, I need.
Right
I
now,
could queue it with I could queue with like Mini or something. So we.
looking
Thing is, I would
very,
feed
very
off of him not having fun,
No, right now there's no
and
stop.
I would in return have fun
That
because I
round,
know that he's not
SRN
having
should've went
fun.
down. Ends up being the one to delete the Blade Storm, which was
So
the
I
only
need something
thing
like
had
that to
any real
happen.
threat on the side of GX.
Careful.
6-1 start. We haven't got high hopes for the attack side of GX, and well, looks like our wish might be coming through with Split on the horizon. Still quite a bit to go, but this hill is becoming a mountain for GX, and at some stage it's going to be too steep. We need to pick up the pace soon.
You can see even just trying to bait sound cues and implant the starter into positions. This is something we spoke about.
Pressure
right
over
at the beginning of
towards
the match.
middle.
Become dangerous without having
Such a
Sentinel
big
in
gamble
play.
stack. Feel confident to retake over towards A with the Astra ult.
backstab. Immediate usage.
It's a pretty good fast drone though.
Both the no
Drone
command
clears over towards middle. They
and
can
the
speed up the
cosmic
rotate on this one.
divide is almost
Comes a
purely
lot
for
up
bait
to the
purposes.
Cypher.
Like, okay,
Huh?
they've sectioned off this part of the map.
Did they use knife already as
They
well?
still have
Oh,
all
it
the
actually looks
info, they
okay
still
for
have all the
Giants.
sounds.
It
They
really
know
does
where
depend on the
these players come
Cypher.
from because of the player that they implanted earlier in the round.
Oh, you're going so
Doors
early.
open. Now they know, and SRN goes down. GX with the upper hand. Hunter's Fury is online. Do they want to put it through? The flood is already taking place, so there's no time for it. A full battle with 2 players up in heaven. One already spotted in the form of Bastarda. Lisa
Big
lands
recon.
one.
Wait, where's the recon then?
Another for Lisa.
Dude, what?
Triple kill.
What just
After
happened
the
here?
4K in the previous,
Why didn't he use
and
the Astro ult
it
as
looked
well?
like they were on shaky ground,
I
but
think they
standing
wanted
tall
just
in
the pressure of
end.
the Astro, make him play over towards
7
site maybe.
to 1 up. There really is no
Dude,
stopping this
4K
squad.
into a 3K.
It seems like we're just having a battle for who can put up the biggest rounds. This was super impressive from Lisa.
Dude got a
But
freebie
yeah,
at the back.
2-for-1 collat in the middle of all of the madness. It definitely did feel like there was a little bit of luck involved in that one, but even still, she had 2 teammates standing up top. 3 players
7-1 with the
make their way to
Brazilian
9
team, dude.
kills
But
on
at
the
least it's
board.
the
We talked
Brazilian
about at the
team getting
beginning how
7
Melissa
deaths, but can't be.
had nobody
Could be one of your
anywhere
better
near
ones.
her. Well, luckily, the players now near her are her teammates.
One suppressed.
Round 9. Pistols for GX, and really, the next round, round 10 onwards, it's got to be a sea of Cyan with GX taking every round. Otherwise, this is going to be an incredibly difficult second half for them. They're already fighting against the odds with their previous performances. The start
Okay, gun down.
dropped here. I talked about the next round. They do start this with an opening, but with Toki going down and the spike plant in, this again becomes quite difficult.
You could just see the
Did great at
confidence
taking
of
space though. I realized there was a lot pushing behind, saw the numbers, take the free space.
ask for a Sea of Cyan. Maybe you'll get a Sea of Sayuri instead. Nope, that shot won't connect, but luckily everybody else is there to do the damage a little bit more.
I don't want to get too carried away because I know that Abyss is like pretty attack sided, but
absurd amount in their account.
it's been kind of convincing.
But well, the only problem they might have with it
Should
is
be a map
getting
free.
max
Yeah, that's pretty
cash
much where I'm
for it.
leaning. Just feels like this
I
is. It's not even the
could be
amount of
another
rounds they got
problem.
as
They're
well.
winning
It's
these
just the
rounds
fact
so
of how
easily.
dominant it's
Melissa
been.
might
I know
fall
this was an
asleep.
eco, but
She was 9-0.
even
in
the
round
other rounds
3.
have been pretty
She's
dominant.
9-1 now. Yeah, she almost got a kill there with the shock dart, by the way. Like, she's been putting up the assists. The damage has been there. The reveals have been there. Finding a little bit of space, but just getting bored, honestly, as everyone else just cleans up. As Lisa finds, like, multi-kills round after round. SRN's always there.
Look, if you all win 3 rounds apiece, you win the game. So she did her work at the beginning. Now it's someone else's
Here.
chance. She's a generous teammate, as many Sovas are. Ever with a decent amount of early info. Hunter's Fury being thrown in.
Dude,
so
all the
Yuri
bullets went above the
already
head.
took down Ness, and the aggression is waited for. In fact, they've even spotted the
No
second
way.
player, but Sarah does well.
Spike down B.
Even while revealed, there's a flank coming in as well. An opportunity maybe for Smurfette to try and
Smurfette's running
shut
though.
down
Gonna
the
hear
player
that.
on the other side, but SRN instead has come in, and Lisa is just waiting for her. Leaving
Yeah,
one
this is
standing for
feeling-
starter, of
this is
course,
feeling like a
always in
third
the
map
back,
right here.
always behind them.
Flora with the tier
You
1.
mentioned
Thank you so much for the
problem
11
she
months.
caused this. It's only the last kill of the round, but they're not going to mind. 9-1. An absolute clinic, and GX, after a stellar first map, have gone missing.
And even in there, to touch on the fact that Bastarda finding the ult, popping that through, that stopped the flank from really having any sort of impact. Because, yeah, Smurfette was flanking up behind. Lisa was under pressure.
By 11-1
Then
them.
Bastarda
It is
reveals them all.
looking
Like,
away.
oh, there's one coming behind you. You can take that first fight onto the box and then just spin around. So the information game there, so important. As we move on to round 11, there will be a timeout in between it. You can see it was GX calling it.
The last ditch effort.
Nobody can be surprised at that. Like, that previous round was the one they had to win, and it had to be a streak to bring them back into it. Now they're going to be 9-3 at best, and fighting for that at the start with Sheriffs.
It's tough. Realistically, we had expectations of MIBR to be fantastic on this map. Those expectations have not waned, but another reason they picked this map is because it's one that's not very good for GM.
Piranha's probably,
I think
yeah.
that maybe another
There's
series
been a couple.
they might pick their poison in a different way. Like
Have I
ban
seen the
this map
Spike
out and
Talk
let something
episode?
else
No,
through,
someone
but
else is telling me to watch it as well.
I clearly felt like they could find some
I'll
strength
watch it at
here,
one point
and
this
they're yet
week.
to really see it. Luckily,
I'll probably watch it before Plat
historically
Chat. I guess
split
they're
was
gonna
a
talk
pretty
about
good
it a
map
little
for
bit.
either of these teams, so Although
I think
this
it's
one
on.
might
I
not
think
be going
patch out's
to plan, I
Monday,
don't
next
think
Monday.
It's going to phase the side of
Monday,
GX
Tuesday.
so much. If you've been watching them throughout the year, when they do find defeats in best of fives, it's always going to five. They are very good at resetting. They're always good at coming back into a match. But I think they're going to need a tough talk, and maybe they just have one. Maybe there's something that
Did we
Asuka could
stick
have said. And
Domino?
if it was find headshots with the Sheriff, maybe it's working.
Yeah, hold up. It's one of their better rounds.
That's the first.
Fully locked them in.
Down to 5.
The backups here from middle.
What more can they do? 3 players pushing, 2 on mid, 1 up behind. Yeah, they know about Ness, but the backup here might catch them off guard if they extend. MIBR. Oh,
Shot.
it's going to be Ness to catch them off. Nice kill, and now, okay, players spotted pushing on mid.
Big
Sayori
flash.
needs to win this
Oh,
fight.
such a
Flash
big
is
flash.
good,
This is
but
a nice
Ava,
tan.
even better. And now 5 HP on the
That's
starter.
such a
She
good
won't
tan
last
from
long.
Uber
It's
there.
GX battling
Yeah,
back
the flash
for
went a
their
little bit too
second
far. It's too
round
easy to
with a
turn.
MasterCard Thrifty.
Asuka, what did you say? I need to know. I need to know what you said, that while they're 9-1 down and getting absolutely battered, somehow they managed to win a round with the Sheriff. Maybe it was just give it to them. Like a TP into the opposing team spawn. Is always a
Lunatic
bit of a
30,
bold
thanks so much for
call.
the tier 1 as well.
Smurfette
Appreciate the
getting
33
aggressive
months.
as well, but in a round where they had nothing to lose, GX have managed to find
Let's go.
at least a semblance of hope. I said it at the beginning, the last 4 times that MIBR have played this map, they have won their attack half 9-3.
This is solo Astra to hold
Maybe
B.
they're looking to make it
Good
5
luck.
in a
If
row.
you get one, you did great.
Toki in the
Okay.
smoke. I like the
It's one,
aggression
right?
this time.
Ooh.
Not standing back, not waiting, but taking the fight to them. And look at the difference it has made. They can't even res that player
Dude,
without risking
stays
the spam.
alive.
And now there's 3 players here spamming away is Sarah. Bastarda though, keeping this one doable, baits them into the fight,
dude,
but it's
what a
a
round.
fight that she will not win. 9-3.
Could have seen that coming.
GX with the bare minimum connected,
it's-
but the
it is
real
actually
test
doable
comes
now.
on their attack.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be an awful lot to try and be able to turn this one back. They'll have to
Yeah, the
prove
second kill's
sort of
outrageous.
what extra little bit of depth that they do have ready and waiting for them, but either way, we'll have to wait and see what's coming after the break.
You're so bad.
Oh, what was the third map? Was it split, or am I just completely making that up? It is split. Split's in a pretty fun position at the moment. People, you got a lot of options in terms of agents. Do you think double duelist, double controller is what I would lean into? Double duelist, double controller fade. Probably where I'm at. Imagine Premium tie without a team. Yeah, I do wonder what's going to happen. The thing is as well, it happened so late that, I mean, there was so many teams that would have liked to have picked up a couple of these players.
Folks,
But it happened so late to
MIBR.
the Talon
Solid
players
first half
that
as we get into our
it's a
Coinbase
little-
econ report, and I think no surprise
it's a
really as we
little
see
unlucky.
Lisa getting the highlight. She had some phenomenal rounds.
I would say there's a few players you could have put up there, honestly. She
Yeah,
does
yeah.
end up at the top of the board, but to be honest, it was actually our operator play on Astra that I think I enjoyed the most. So definitely a bit of a peculiar one. Also, you can see she didn't actually buy it, so it was maybe from enemy's hands,
Ross
or
said
maybe
though
SRN
that
decided
Premier's
wanted to
English
be a
isn't
little
good
bit more
enough.
aggressive
He has
with
to
the
be on a
round, but
tie team.
Either way, she had a fantastic performance.
Yeah.
We sort of saw the banter back and forth from many different players being terrified to play against Lisa, but for maybe slightly different reasons from what's in the server. It was more what she was doing outside of the server, but I'm sure they're scared of her now.
2-1 on the
server as well.
pistols.
I would imagine so, yeah. 6 rounds to play with here in terms of the lead for
Yeah,
MIBR.
let's see what the
Quite a
see what
lot
the
of
Cypher's
wiggle
got.
room,
We got
and
2
for GX,
kill
it's
trips.
very much the
I guess this
opposite.
is
They
an
have to come in
info
here,
slash kill
locked
trip
and
as well.
loaded with an
The push
immediate
on site.
response to MIBR, finding the pistol, finding the follow-up, and then still putting a
Well,
streak together.
As said, the last time they played this map versus KC, 2-6 attack. The time before that, it was a 1 in 6 attack. So they almost have to break the mold of how they performed on this map in general if we're going to see a return to form. But they've had the time. They put the work in. Qualified off the points as well, so had a little bit longer a break than some of the other EMEA teams. So you already know that is not the start the GX were looking for. A headshot found through the smoke, trades immediate crossfire, builds, and well, Ness completely
The
stuck in
speed
mud.
boost it gives you is so
Ever
weird.
trying to flank him, but even just retreating back to Melissa. Maybe she's the queen of the early round.
Double
Even
pistol on
still,
this
though,
one makes it a
it's
lot
gonna be
easier.
the start of
3-1
the
might be
close,
pretty short.
10-3, and well,
Do you think of the
that
current
lifeline of
meta?
a pistol round
I
mid,
just think the
it is
Viper's just incredible now. I mean, Viper was already incredible, but everything in that patch just makes Viper a must pick. Like, I could fully understand if you wanted to play Viper on every map right now.
Them to bounce back based on history. But at this tournament, this is where you're going to dig deeper than ever, Tom. This is where you're going to push past your limits. But this might not be there.
Even Abyss, yeah, even Abyss, even Ascent can get on board with it. I wouldn't do it on those two maps, I don't think, but
everyone should be
I think looking at the actual thing, I'd be like tempted to do it.
Taking the second round with classics.
What's on Perma
That would
KO?
certainly put them
I
on
think the right
track.
click of the KO is really strong right now.
Sayuri again, she's dodged
So,
the flash. It's a early spam.
again,
All
I
the damage
think
done, a chance, genuinely,
I would
to
prefer
keep things
double
level and pick
controller,
up
and I don't
a
think
gun or
KO
two.
can be your solo
That's about as good of a start as
initiator.
you're
But
ever
if you're gonna run a
hope for.
if you're gonna run double
The
initiator, I'm
weapon's still
down for a
waiting on the
KO.
other side, and there you go. Ever has managed to
Honestly, KO Teo is pretty strong, but
that Guardian.
map
Still, though,
dependent.
2 rifles and a sniper ready and waiting. This close position could make things interesting. In fact, it has. Down to the 1 versus 1.
Hasn't picked up a
Ness
gun.
yet to retrieve any form of weaponry. It would have to be the classic to do it versus Melissa, who has been the queen of the early round so far. A chance to clutch out
No
around,
way.
and well, it will be Ness to do it with
No
the
way.
classic.
Okay.
A MasterCard
Pick up a gun as
3D
well.
to keep GX in the map.
Yeah, I think I said it before this round started. Just
Dude,
no
every time we
doubt in
count
my
them out, they
mind
just
that
start winning
GX are
rounds.
capable of taking that one. You know, the classic buy. it's a
Jayan, again,
dangerous
thank you so
one.
much for
How
the whole
they've
year.
gotten away with that
Appreciate
is-
that.
I don't know if
Jayan
missed
at
the
165.
buy, if they didn't buy anything.
You don't know, they could have clicked it. You can drop it and buy another one. Always a good strat. But for MIBR, man, like, it's an upsetting round, but they have so many rounds to play with that the bounce back, you know, can take a while.
They
even.
just win every clutch.
They'll
They
still be
actually
in a
do win
favorable
every
position,
clutch.
But that one's got to sting a little bit. They looked for the fights on main. They got overrun. And in that late fight, the Stinger up close alongside the Guardian did enough damage, losing the 1v1 to the Classic as well. Everything played against them. And now they're down to Classics of their own. GX waiting patiently for that aggression. Not going to be caught off as they have been in the past. And what seems to be the most convincing anti-eco of the series for GX so far.
Yeah. Well, it turns out if you wait with all of your players.
Honestly, oh dude, they should have just gone
outside
for it
one
there.
side
Oh, they
of the
wanted
map
to take
and
the
that's
orb
the side they
first.
push, it normally
Me
doesn't go
orb
your
for
way.
orb, and
you can
because
already
they
see
delayed, they
plan
get the
is
plant.
to
Player
just go
standing.
falling
They're going to get
off.
the plant, though.
Flawless.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just about.
Get the additional orb at least.
A little bit of cash, but I think it's the orb on the other side, yeah, as you say. MIBR being able to find another. It was towards, was it Lisa that got it? It was Cosmic Divide, I think, that they farmed it up on. So, yeah, not the end of the world, not the best. But small boost to GX, 10-5 though. Here is where the real game starts because you've got Hunter's Fury for both teams, just 1 orb away. You've got rifles being put on the board for MIBR and what is essentially a full buy for GX, but with a ton of credits left over. If you are going to make that insane comeback, that long road back into the game, this is certainly the best way to start it.
It's given them a decent boost of credits as well, so the chances
Okay,
of
knife hits
having
1,
any pieces missing
but
pretty much for the remainder
they
of
then
the map.
had 2 shooting, so the
Incredibly
Sova
low.
leans over towards Saint.
It almost feels like they have to break the back of their opponent.
Ah,
Wait,
dude,
Racing
surely.
on top is going to be Sayuri. She wanted more than one, and that's exactly what she's found. The rotation in, though, from Melissa.
Sova didn't get one
didn't
here.
get the same sort of value. The advantage now claimed
Planted.
by that attack side, and with the post plant in, okay, they've cleared some of the closer angles with the cam, but it seems like GX have no plans to fight other than to deny that diffuser.
I mean, when you've got the Hunter's Fury as well, why bother? You have to commit a player to watching flank with no traps online, obviously not having a Sentinel. This is a bit scary, though. Now the players come forward as Ness lands 1 and 2 for a triple in the round.
Yeah, having the Sova on site, had to get one here.
GX. They don't
This
even
might
use
start
their
getting
Hunter's
pretty
Fury. It's
close.
going to be
They've
kept
got another
for the
eco
next,
coming up, I'm pretty sure.
All things considered, again, it's a lights-out start to this half. They lose the pistol and go 3-1 up in the half. 4 rounds behind, though, still quite a gap.
See that confidence building though. I think one of the bigger factors we saw even in the last map victory, Ness individually was struggling. She was not having a
About
good
double
game.
control
I feel
at
like
Astra
a lot of
Omen.
that was
I mean,
almost
yeah,
sort
it's
of
fine.
like
It's fine.
having to
And the
focus
Astra
more
can
on
be
leading
luck
the
and
team.
can do the roles of like
Now,
where
though,
your Sentinel
tops
should
the
be,
ball for
especially on
us, well,
attack.
starting to build into the map. Well,
But I just think Viper's too
SRN
good.
will meet her maker again at the
I mean,
hands of
Astra's
Ness.
pretty good in this meta. The fake smoke swings to certain angles are
Narrow
like
down that gap, and considering the scoreline of
good way of covering up
9-1,
maybe some of your comps weaknesses if you don't want to run the Sova stuff.
That pressure. Like, they were so far out
I
of
think
this, they
Fade's
were
not too bad
playing maybe
right now.
even more aggressively than they ever would, because they were just winning every single fight. You were getting collapsed through smokes. You were getting players who seemed like they couldn't die. But in the second half, they've looked a lot more mortal.
Wow, what the hell?
Shot. This is where the danger
Nice shot.
comes into our mind. We've seen this before. Pistols for MIBR. The slow round from GX. The isolated fights. It's shaky, but Toki's done the dirty work. 2 versus 4. Grouping and hitting the site, all that they need to do. And there is a danger for GX that there wasn't for MIBR, which is running into all of that Sentinel utility. But as we can see, there's no Sentinel left to punish that. So they will easily break it, move to site, and grab the plant. The rifle Bastardo didn't get anything there. I thought there might have been something waiting in mid, and it didn't matter even if there was. Smurfette's too quick finding the kill.
It only came down to a chance for damage.
Do you
but
think
not gonna be
X-Ross or Francis will be on
Much
Euro?
better
Francis.
against these low buys
Played
in the
too
last
good, man.
couple, and, well, I think it was in the last
Joe
map
got
that there were
Janik, thanks so
only
much for the
3
prime.
full
Appreciate
buy
the 9
victories
months. Thank you for that.
MIBR. They really struggled when the rifles were in hand. It's been a completely
Yeah,
different
Ninetales
case in
winning
the
your
first
pick'ems,
half.
mate. Most
But
people
this
did, I
map,
think.
of course,
It actually wasn't too
but the
close
fact
as well.
that-
Over
well,
like
the other side of the coin is they were doing well with
pretty-
the low buys, and
looked
that
pretty
now
clean in
seems to have
comparison.
changed as well. Tactical
Okay,
timeout
another
gonna
big
be
buy
good
round.
for MIBR, and if anything, for
Yeah,
GX,
timeout here makes
you're
sense.
going to be feeling quite happy about that. Like, you were completely knocked out of the park in those first
Like
10
what
rounds.
G2 did with
And
Breach.
now you've
Leaf was a
managed to
pretty good
force your
Breach.
opponents to
I think
actually
Leaf's
take
just
you
insanely
seriously
talented.
and have a
Looks like
think
he
about
can
what
just play
they're gonna do
anything.
to try and stop your flood of rounds back the other way.
Yeah, again, after I saw that second round fall apart,
You gonna watch
it's like,
Soup?
well,
Nah, I'm not gonna watch
MIBR,
Soup.
They've got so much runway to work with, and almost as much runway
It's
as
nice
a Fast
teams,
and
though.
Furious movie. But then we come into this, and like 3-round gap momentum there for GX. Issues from the previous map fully corrected. It looks like they found the golden path
Told
back
him how
into
to play
this
Breach.
game.
Do it. That might actually have
For
some element
MIBR,
of truth, keeper.
Even feeling that pressure, as you said, is a great sign. For GX, they'll probably come into this thinking, you look at the veto, okay, Haven and Split. We win those, we win the series. That's sort of the win
100%
condition.
of pick'ems in
Hey, you know,
VLR had
obviously we can get
Ninetales
lucky
winning.
on a
That
base,
can't be
but
right.
Don't count on it.
Every single
Get
pick'em had
to the point where
Ninetales.
maybe they could
That
count
can't
on
be
it.
right.
And this rifle round could be what decides it. Big ults online for both squads again. But for MIBR, it's about the economy. They're investing everything into this, and GX will be hot on their heels if they lose this.
Nah, dude,
Yeah,
38%.
Another point to make is, if you've watched EMEA in the past, you know that
38%.
GX are probably the most momentum-based team we have in the region. Like, when they get rolling, they're truly terrifying. But if they're slow to start, sometimes they just get absolutely cooked. Well, it seems like they were slow to start, but that momentum.
Surely, yeah,
has
surely a
come in
timeout
late
for
in the
misinformation
game.
there.
SRN though, this is nasty, or could be nasty. Maybe wanted a little bit more. Gonna get caught.
Dude, the amount of walk swings round corner I've seen in Game Changers right now is insanity.
Potentially their own demise.
Take flight.
A push on towards the site. Sayuri will be spotted. The off angles from her have been good so far, but under some pressure. But only from Smurfette. The rest of the team might have to try and fall off the back of this one. That has not had the result they were hoping for when already having a player advantage.
I think another difficulty with how Bastardo changes up this utility. You never know what site is going to be free to hit into. Now, for GX, the A side was open for a moment. Lisa went back to cover it. And so GX could have found an easy fight over there, but they pumped the brakes. And now MIBR step off the B
30
site.
seconds left.
They're expecting that even if this is a B hit, there will be some presence towards middle. And now they know it. With that cam broken, Toki's been spotted. A known factor.
A nice
And
idea
it
in the
looks like with
4v4.
19 seconds left
Put
on the
one
clock,
over towards middle, create
MIBR
pressure, got to
super happy
focus
to
on
play
middle,
this
sites
passive, in
become
large
weak,
part being
head
because
over
they
towards
have
the
this
site.
ulti coming in from Sayori, they have that Hunter's Fury from Melissa.
And they got the plant at
and they
least,
have
right?
got a flood on the back of it,
Yeah.
info falling into their hands.
At what
This
cost?
plant, it might be found, but defending that spike is a near impossible
Ooh.
feat, but they're making it look doable.
One enemy remaining.
Down to just one. Ness alone against the Horde. Lisa and Melissa
Nicely
will
handles.
close this for
Oh, that got
MIBR.
close. I thought they
Finally,
had a
put
chance in
round
this
up for that
2v4 once they got the
defense
double
again.
kills.
Yeah, that was a
I still like the
must-win.
plan in the
They
4v4.
played
The
into
plan was pretty
retake
good.
because you look at the ults
Just
that
the
they
Sova
had at the
ult wrecked them
beginning
a
of
little
it.
bit.
And so you've got the null command, you've got the Hunter's Fury, and you've also got a Cosmic Divide. So if there's a player playing deep, you can just throw that in and basically make their situation null and void. But it's still got dangerously close, even with both of those ults coming in. The fight back from the two on the back side was a decent one. The remaining two, though, doing well to make sure Ness doesn't have another chance to be a hero. 11-7. Combo broken after the pause. And of course, still 4 rounds in the lead. Only a
Got
couple
Astro
needed
for
to take
retake
us
if
to
they
map
want to leave one of the
number
Saints.
3, which I'll be
That's pretty much
honest,
what
I
they're
thought
planning
we would
for
have already
here.
been at by now.
Similar
GX
setup to their pistol.
putting up a
Play
fight,
right
the
side of
gloves are off.
Saints. You're in a position that you can
Perfect
get
has the operator.
kills
Bear in
off
mind,
of
this
people
kinda
hitting the
works
trips.
Because she can pick up one orb, and that's the Blade Storm in hand.
They're trading out a round loss for those ultis, especially when MIBR are forced into playing it in a way that's difficult for you to counter. Them just waiting for you to make a move and then playing their ultis.
Here.
It's not a repeatable success. We need to see a different element of this wheelhouse come out. And for GX, op and play for Smurfette, early control towards that A
Yeah,
site.
we
They
might
bait
see a
out
5v5
rotations and
retake
now
here.
Look for B.
See if they get a
Again,
kill from the
you
kill
have the
trips.
trips in play on B, but Bastarda's changed
Shouldn't
up where they
really
are.
happen
It's much deeper control. The idea
with
being
new
that
Cypher.
when they do hit those
Like
trips,
0.9. It's
it's
basically a
for SRN
second.
to get 2 kills.
You get hit by the trip. You got a second to shoot it before you get revealed.
Kill trips in play.
You can obviously
Look how far
swing
back
off of it though.
Bastards playing
Yeah,
as well.
because of that null command. I know that that's going to be coming in, so
30
it's
seconds
all a
left.
plan to set up SRN, who's actually going to be playing on the edge of the smoke, has been hit, so no dash available, and it's not pretty. SRN
Why would you
has
play in
had
front of
a
the
couple of
smoke if
moments
that's
over the
your
last
plan to
few
have your
rounds where
Cypher here for the
it seemed like
trips?
she was going to be the playmaker instead, has been the one to be played.
For GX, no better a time for this to happen. Sarah just about makes it back, throws the knife in, at least manages to suppress 1 or 2.
You got
Utility
4 on
coming out
site.
from MIBR as they now look to flood. This is a big fight though. 4 players still in main for GX. They lose the first in the form of Ness, but not before the trades come in. Not before she draws blood, and with Lisa left alone, it will be a
1,
convincing
2.
hold
Was this
from
3, I
GX.
think?
Damage
1-9
done,
loss
but
bonus. Dude, they
only
can't buy it
one
next
player
round.
falling, and they're right
I
back
don't
to
really understand why the
winning
Jet
ways.
played like this, to be honest.
It does feel like the last couple of rounds, like, there has been a play made by MIBR. I think it was around.
The whole point of the
round
trips here are
17,
to
round
get kills
19.
through the smokes, or at least then swing
And
through the smoke as the
both
trip gets
times
activated.
SRM was put in the position to succeed and didn't, and that's a rarity. Like we saw even in the last map where they tasted defeat, that SRM was
Yeah, I mean, they
always
just played it wrong.
a constant factor. But they're going to need her to be a constant factor here once again with the Blade Storm. The only real danger was almost removed immediately. And a nasty
Recovery on
first
this round though,
knife.
maybe.
We'll go straight into the dome.
Gun
of
down
Smurfette.
gets a little weird.
It's definitely
Clear over
looking like a
towards
tough round
B
for
from the
MIBR
knife so
even
they can
with
stack
that
over
dub,
towards
but
middle more.
again,
Or as we
those
can
low
see, A.
buys backed up now by a Blade Storm. Man advantage already in play, and MIBR are rotating around. They're changing it up, sending SRN towards the A site. Not only SRN, but Melissa as well, so you've got that reveal to work with. The hope here that GX set themselves up for that take late. I think they might even do so. And see Ava going for this deep control.
Hey, they just smoked the same
risky round
thing,
to go
right?
for these flank plays, though, to go deep into spawn.
Astro smoke and
not only are you risking being
Beacon
overwhelmed
smoke.
from all these
Omen
angles,
smoke.
but if you go down, that's a rifle picked up by your opponents. The Bladestorm's already spotted her. Eva somehow still alive, but will be dropped. And
gun
now
to pick
a
up,
big
gun
upgrade
bottom
in
and
play.
mid to pick up as
Will
well.
be taken by SRN instead. Sayori.
Get the trip,
5
camera
versus 2
info.
that maybe even looks favorable to MIBR now.
I don't know about it, and they didn't go get the gun bottom and mid.
Whoa.
Whoa, got one.
She managed to take that one. Toki fighting has done a lot of damage, but it's left onto Ness. You mentioned the step up that she's had, the performance she's been putting in while leading the team, and now opts for a reposition.
Behind the
The
smoke
risk,
though.
The smoke
Yeah,
is still
to play
in
off of
play.
sight against the
An
smoke is
opportunity
a
as they
little
go.
questionable, but that's some nice shots,
Take down
dude.
both! The Loch Ness Monster returns for
That's
the Red
nice
Bull
shots.
clutch.
MIBR must have felt like finally this is our round. A 5v3, a rifle recovered, a Bladestorm still online for SRN. That weapon gifted to them, and SRN even finds a third. Toki runs out of ammo on the spray, everything set them up for success, and that little spray, it saves the day for GX. It keeps the climb in their favor, 9-11, a 2-round gap.
Hey, look how far away they are for some of these ults as well. This is insanely
I was a believer in
doable.
GX today, Tom, but after that 9-1 start, it seemed impossible. But here we are.
Salia, thanks so much. 59 months, dude.
You are a
crazy, man.
delusional at
Thank you so much
times,
for that.
but even you weren't that delusional to believe
Games
they could
today,
turn
not
this
too
back,
bad.
but
First one was a
somehow-
little one-sided. This is
well,
looking
maybe
pretty
they
good.
just were. Maybe enough. Still, the lead sits with our opponent. Still,
Oh,
it's
that
not gonna
was-
be easy.
That was
The
unlucky though. I
flash
felt like the
helped
flash
out
should
Ness
hit.
there again. But the reveal's helping out. For starter, still within this smoke, still looking to cause them issues. Ness has found another, but the trade is there once again. Ness is looking to do it all.
Dude,
The
Ness is
clutch
going crazy.
seemingly bringing her to an even different level than what we saw throughout this map so far. Looking to try and lead the charge. A first map to forget, maybe a second map to remember.
Well, SRN still online and already spotted one. Rifle recovered. Ness down, and it's Sarah who has to clutch it out. Lisa gets MIBR at 12.
To 12.
Walking through that smoke for the quick trade. And disaster avoided here by MIBR.
Daniel
at
Yuka, thank you
least
so much for the tier
locking
1.
in
Thank you
in
for doing that.
overtime. But this game has been just delivering on another level. Individual stepping up. As you said, Ness, a performance we haven't seen from her in this series so far. Really seems to have woken up and found a taste for blood, I suppose. But off recovered, and MIBR with 3 chances to bring us all the way to split.
Oh, shit, Auntie. My bad. I couldn't kill him. My bad.
Considering as well, they were 9-1 down. She is now top of the
okay,
board.
3 goes in it.
15. It just shows how much impact she has been having
Angie
while
Nat,
also
thank you
leading
so much
the
as well
squad
for
at
the
same
gifted.
time. It is
Thank you, thank you.
a skill that
Appreciate the gifted.
many hope to have. An early flash. An early peek. The spam on the other side from Sayori. And interestingly, look at the buy that's in for MIBR. This is not what I was expecting after the previous round.
I like it, though. When you've got 3 rounds to play with 3 chances.
They have a lot more than 3. I don't know if I'd want to give one away for free.
yeah, but then playing in on a mixed buy for multiple rounds,
Maybe.
better to just come in strong, believe in yourself.
I mean, they
An
could still win
operator
this.
Finding one. Oh, hold
An
on.
extra gun down
They
towards
might not
heaven.
need to worry about the future. Well, that's our end down, though. This becomes
Still, the
difficult.
gun in heaven, getting
Lisa and
protected,
Bastardo,
right?
2
Oh,
players
no.
that you certainly believe in, regardless of the weapon in their hands. The
Operator for Lisa. I
one-shot
definitely believe
headshots
now.
and 1 shot to the body for Lisa. In comes Bastardo with the Guardian in play. Almost had the right angle. That would have been a freebie onto Eva, who has no idea.
That's the spike as
There's a
well.
player right
30
above her.
seconds left.
And with 30 seconds and a complete freeze.
Yeah, picked up a gun now,
GX
Guardian.
looked for a moment. Like MIBR would start to step away from this site.
Yeah, they're trying to find themselves
Spot
a safe
planted.
spot. Maybe even trying to wait for
I like this
smoke
idea.
to be online.
cage from heaven to make it look like you're actually dropping down from heaven.
Valuable. She's going to be the one to try and take charge.
Pop the cage swing through.
In front of the smoke, maybe give an opportunity as they wait. A nice shot from the
Nice
starter,
idea.
though, has definitely made this a little bit more interesting. Toki waiting, the fake smoke doesn't work, and it's Ever to potentially close from
is
the
a nice
top
try in
line.
this one though.
A 10th
They
round
did
for
eco
GX,
for this,
but
so
as was
this is the
pointed
main
out, there
guard,
was only a couple of saved weapons even after the victory. Didn't want to send their entire economy into this one. So you sort of mentioned not wanting to go in with a couple of half buys. I am actually looking at, for now at least, there's a couple of Guardians in there, so they kind of have.
They invested too much. Yeah, listen, that's suboptimal. And they almost managed to win the round as well. Maybe you're right.
Maybe we'll see them sell and buy some light shields.
Andy, hello, mate.
Especially with the timeout.
Andy, thank you so much for the 18 months. Thank you.
For Coach Pletz to talk this one
I like
over.
the timeout here as well.
Two
goes, make sure you don't mess it up.
It was a combo
In the double
breaker.
controller
The
metro is
next
ever
round
going
they
to stop.
managed to win.
With the
winning
way that
during
the
next
maps
two,
are
the job that
not
seemed to be
likely
done in half
anytime
number one
soon.
will eventually be finished.
But I think it's worth mentioning at this point for GX, like 9-1 down is somewhere that you gotta
Knocks are
always
just so
believe that you can
important.
come back. And we've seen teams, there's plenty of them out there who've made even more convincing comebacks or more convincing
Even
games
on
for their
this map.
opponents. Yes, exactly, exactly. More than 9-1, I'll tell you that.
And honestly,
The
they keep
reality is it
they keep
feels
kind of
like when you're
wrecking
9-1 down, the best
the
you can
agents
do
that
is
would
wish on
replace
a
them,
fallen
so-
star, and that never did me any good. But for GX, it certainly has brought them back into the game. 10-12, and I think that will stand to them if they do lose here.
Raoul as well, thank you so much for the 7 months. Appreciate the prime as well, man. Thank you for doing that.
10% better in that first half.
Okay, 3 chances down to
It's a
2
different game
chances, but again, they did
altogether.
eco
And then
for
they move on
that.
to split where they'll feel much more comfortable.
Ult-wise,
This was not the map that they came into today thinking, we're going to push
Ult-wise,
MIBR
this gets
to their
insanely
limits.
close. One
And
away
they
from
have.
Sova
I
ult.
guess the only counter to that, though, like you're going to have the relief for MIBR if they close it, but also you'll now be disappointed if you're GX. If you get blown out, you kind of go, okay, that went badly, but you bring it all the way back and then lose? No one enjoys a fake comeback. 2 rounds needed, 1 for the side of MIBR to close it. They have come in and switched things up for the most part, but they do still have themselves a couple of Guardians instead. As said, they haven't got the perfect buy even after waiting.
Oh, the dive's already come through. Smurfette up close looking for the fight, but will be dropped as SRN
Next kill is everyone.
falls. The Jets
Ooh,
already
nice
out of
kill.
play,
Oh,
but
this is going to get so
GX
close.
with a flurry of frags to find
They could
themselves a
throw the
massive
spike to Astra as well and plan ahead.
MIBR have Bastarda and Melissa again. Ness still drawing breath. The rest of the squad, sure, some are tagged up, but they don't need to fight. It's a little bit risky.
Laven, yeah.
1v3, it looks like they've
Looks
already
like
got
it.
the dub. Economy low for MIBR.
2-9 loss
Saving
bonus,
this
right?
rifle
2-9
now
loss
seems
bonus.
far more economical than going for a 1 versus 3.
Not even,
regardless
right?
of how close Bastarda's made those rounds in the past.
Before.
The stakes here.
Dude,
are
they're
pretty
a little
high
wrecked.
compared to that
They
first
got
map.
Astra ult, which
MIBR
is going to be
now
nice.
facing a
They got good
potential
ults at least.
overtime, as the next round is going to see its fair share of weaknesses. I think maybe more excitingly, a Blade Storm for Smurfette. I think a scary thing
Lord
to face off
Riker as
against,
well.
that's for
Thanks so
sure.
much for the 2 months. Appreciate the prime.
In a lot of cases, in a lot of these rounds, she's been the one like sort of diving in to take the space, and then it's been the rest of the supporting cast that have been able to
Yeah,
sort
it's not
of
gonna be the
pick up a
best.
lot of these
Not gonna be the
rounds.
best force on
I'm
this.
super impressed with the level that we're seeing across the board, but the fact is, for MIBR, some of those superstars have gone a little bit quieter on the defense. And now they're really going to need them because this it stinks. It's a singular rifle that will be coming up for SRN, and then the rest of the players are down to SMGs and pistols. In the last map, that was where they were winning it.
Couple
but
of sheriffs.
mentioned in this map, it's not really
One
been the
away from an
case.
Astra ult.
GX, especially on this attack side, have done a lot better a job.
Yeah, MIBR.
How did Ninetales lose?
seemingly cursed
They
in
didn't
this
have
fell
like
on the
good
pistols.
ult
This is
management
where
really,
they've done so much damage in
and
the
that
past.
felt like that
Look
was
at
the
Fury
main
again.
cost. Oh my
Melissa.
goodness, nearly dropped
Smurfette
down.
able to make it to the site luckily, but the challenge from MIBR will come in later. Playing to deny that plant, and Toki watching for that, gets
boy.
caught off completely.
All locked
deleted
in, you
by
gotta
the
make
Hunter's Fury
a
too.
plan.
GX
No
wants to
Karo
respond with a
flash.
deep push towards
Nightmare.
the spawn. Smurfette has an angle, but the Blade Storm doesn't land. It's a disaster. falling seemingly at the final hurdle as a 5 versus 3 comes into play. Rifles recovered for MIBR as well. They are fighting with weapons now. No weaknesses left, and it's falling across the board for GX. Ness
5
will have
bullets.
to pick
Oh my
up the
goodness.
pieces. It's close,
Oh, that's
but
unlucky,
one
dude.
shot away
Dude, what a map though,
from
25
OT.
to 16. It's fine.
Instead, map number 3
Okay, we get a split.
locked in
This
with
is a nice map to watch, it's
last-second
fun.
win for MIBR.
God. I feel like OT was deserved for GX.